One of the things I'd like to do is customize the template that we've been working with just a little bit. We really don't want this website to say Joomla, Open Source Content Management, even though we absolutely love Joomla. We'd really prefer it to say something about SAMOCA, the San Angelico Museum of Contemporary Art. So I'm going to change the look of this website a little bit. And to do that, I'm going to jump into the back end of Joomla, and I'm going to go to Extensions, Template Manager. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to start by making a copy of the Bees2 template style. And all I have to do is put a check mark next to it and say duplicate. And this will make a copy of that template for me. I'm going to go ahead and assign that as the default. And then I'm going to click on the style here. And I have all kinds of things here in place that I can customize over here on the right-hand side of the screen. So these are the options that we happen to have with this particular template. So one of the things I'm going to do is I'm going to change my template color from personal to nature. And I'm going to change my site title from Joomla to the San Angelico Museum of Contemporary Art. And for the site description, I'm going to put in art for a new world. I'm also going to clear the path to the logo here because I'm not going to use an image for that. If I go ahead and click the Save button and I refresh the front end of my website, I've instantly changed the look of the website here. So now we have some navigation up on the top. We have a nice big headline here about the San Angelico Museum of Contemporary Art. And we have our search box over here on the side. So as you scroll on down the page, you can see that this is looking pretty nice. We can go over to the About Us page. Everything's looking good. So you can go ahead and click on through the site here and see that we've redesigned this very nicely. The next thing I'd like to do is specifically on the About Volunteer With Us page, I'd like to change this tagline from Art for a New World to The Art of Helping, because we'd like to encourage people to volunteer. So in order to change the tagline on this one page, I need to make a new template style. So I'm going to go ahead and hit Save and Close here in the back end of Joomla. And I'm going to take my now new Bees2 template style here, and I'm putting a check mark by it. I'm going to click the Duplicate button. And I'm going to click here on Bees2 default number 3. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to change the style name here to SAMOCA Volunteer page. And I'm going to assign this to the Volunteer With Us page down here under Menu Assignment. And I'm going to change my site description from Art for a New World to The Art of Helping. And I'm going to say Save and Close. And for this other style here called the Bees2 default number 2, which is our default style, I'm going to click on that and I'm going to change its name to SAMOCA Default. So what I've done here is I've taken the existing Bees2 default style and I've made two copies essentially, which are the two that I'm now using on the website, the SAMOCA default as well as the volunteer page default. The reason why I made copies was just in case if I ever needed to go back to my Bees2 default template style, I have a copy of it and I can refer to it or reassign it or do whatever I need to do with it. Now when I go to the front end of the website on the volunteer page and I refresh, my tagline says The Art of Helping. And when I go to the other pages of the website, it does say Art for a New World. So this is a fairly minor change that we've made in our template style, but hopefully it'll give you some ideas of things that you can do with template styles to change the look of one or several pages on your website in a very straightforward manner without having to know HTML or CSS or do any funky programming. However, if you do like HTML and CSS and funky programming, you're going to love the Joomla Templates course. Be sure to go check that out.